Hello, welcome to Craven Park for the Clive Sullivan Memorial Trophy 2003 between the famous Hulkingston Rovers and some other team known as, is it Gateshead, Hull Sharks, Simon? Anyhow, back by popular demand, we've got Aussie Rugby and myself, Paint Boy. Many changes during the summer here at Craven Park, some good, some not so good. Simon, Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year, Rob. We're here again, aren't we? Them steps ain't got any less, have they? It's still bloody knackering getting up here and it's absolutely freezing. I'm glad summer rugby's here. Anyhow, I don't know about you, Rob, but I can't see us winning today, to be honest. I'll be hoping to keep it under about 50.
Well, I don't know. They've only had one training session. We've been training a little bit longer. They won't be used to playing on a pitch as narrow as this. And obviously the last 15 minutes, full-time professionals, maybe then we'll start to see the difference. But hopefully we'll get in the faces and we'll send a few of these black and whites away with a different opinion about the Northern Ford Premiership.
It's certainly a different complexion to our team than last year, Rob. I mean, we've seen the departure of Bobby Everett, Richie Hayes, Godfrey, Kane, Wilkin, Fatal Towers, who keeps him around me. The list sort of goes on and on. But we're yet to bring some replacements in, but there's some big names being talked about. Dean Sampson among others. Latham Towers is supposed to be signing imminently. So there is sort of hope for the season. There's also some good prospects in the shape of Stevenson.
Yeah, I'd second that, Simon, and all the best to former coach Gary Wilkinson, and thanks for all his efforts over the years at the club, and welcome to Steve Linnane, and I hope you stay as a successful one, Steve. The Rovers lineup today, Simon's actually fairly strong. As I predicted to the people at work, Linton Stock's going to fill the full-back role. One or two people thought that Craig Poucher would be playing there, but I always got the impression that Linton Stock would be full-back. Here come the teams. First out, Dull FC, led by Tony Smith.
Let's go on the traditional reception. Here's Tony and the boys.
Yeah, well, here come the Robins! It's going to be a great atmosphere today, Si.
Yeah, it's electric, isn't it? Just in cut, is it here? It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, we're outnumbered, to be honest, by the Hull fans. But you can hear us singing, can't you? You can hear us sticking in there. So it sounds something for the Rovers fans when they turn out in numbers like this.
One thing I'm hoping for, I want to see Alistair McLaren make a break against these two new Hull players, Ian Bell and Colin Best. They're supposed to have plenty of speed. We've not seen nothing like this guy on our left wing.
I tell you what, it looks like we're putting a pretty strong side out today, doesn't it? Richard Horn at full back, Ian Bell, Colin Best, Tua Love, Matt Crowther, Paul Cook, Tony Smith, Craig Greenhill, Andy Lass, Scott Logan, Adam May, Sean Ryan, Chris Chester, and I don't know, it appeared to be any Jason Smith. Don't know what's happened about him.
Today's match officials, referee Richard Silverwood and two local-based touch judges in Steve Taylor and Martin Hawkes. I
I'll tell you what, actually, Rob, we've got quite a bit of experience now too. We've got Linton, Stock, Blanchard, Poucher, Farrell, Alistair McLaren, Jimmy Walker, Craig Murdoch, Jamie Boville, Paul Pickering, Richard Wilson, Adam Sullivan, Paul Fletcher, Andy Smith. I mean, I would say that's a pretty experienced team.
Yeah, and a special mention to a guy on the Rovers bench today, and that's Johnny Aston. Good to see him back.
Absolutely fantastic to see him back. Let's hope he can bring back some of the form that was shown before he got such a terrible injury. Anyway, here we go.
Yeah, we're underway. The Robins have kicked off, and that's the great hit by the Robins. He got mullered first tackle. Greenhill only manages to make 2 or 3 yards. The Rovers defence swarming over this Hull FC forwards at the moment. That's Sean Ryan. He makes no ground also. Referee's taking Rovers back a decent 10. There's a loose ball. And number 17, Chris Chester, had nowhere to go, but he managed to slip the ball. And Tony Smith, with a safety option, kicks for touch. That's going to stay in play. The wingers kicks it forward. The fullback, Clinton, stops covering. It's gone dead. The ball's gone dead. It was a panic bit of play by Hull, and it nearly paid dividends for him side.
Yeah, it was a great bit of play by both sides, really. Fantastic pressure by Rovers. Really got stuck in, got in low, and made the mistake, kicked through, and a lucky bounce, nearly saw a try for Hull FC. Anyway, here come Rovers.
Yeah, we've just over a minute on the clock, and if this is anything to go by, the next 8 is going to be frills and spills. Yeah, there was offside, but the referees let it go. There was 4 men in on the tackle. Here come Rovers with Murdoch inside ball. Fletcher's lost the ball in the tackle. Play on, says the referee. Here's Ryan again. 1 up top, 1 below, but you've got to smother the ball, Rovers. They manage it on, he's still going. That was Toa Kuilov. Quick play the ball, penalty to Hull FC. Interference at the play the ball, but that's probably worked in Rovers' favour because they was looking dangerous right now. They've spanned the kick at goal and they've tapped the ball and they're in the danger zone.
Yeah, I think and it's Tony Smith putting the ball through. So I think Scott Logan.
I think it was Chris Chester, but the ball's now with number 2, Colin Best, and he's knocked the ball on. His first move in a Hull FC shirt, and let's hope that's the shape of things to come from him.
Yeah, it's a certainly exciting start, isn't it? Rovers out pulling any punches, getting stuck in, trying to upset the Hull FC team. It's the only way of getting in on the big forwards, tackle them low, and maybe we're able to stop them.
Rovers head and feed, 10 yards out from their own line. The ball switched. That's Mark Blanchard there. Possibly Craig Poucher. It was Poucher. This is Blanchard. Takes the 2-man tackle. Ball's played there by Paul Pickering. It's meant to be a really good prospect, this lad Pickering. We had good reports about him, and Steve Linnane giving youth a chance. That's big Adam Sullivan there. Going to need these big guys today. Paul Fletcher, Adam Sullivan to get in amongst this Hull pack. Here's Andy Smith. Good to see Andy Smith fit for the start of the season. It's the 5th and last, and Rovers have not made much room in this set of 6. They played that with his foot. Good decision, ref. Kick comes in from Murdoch. Fans touch 10 metres inside the Hull FC half of the field. Early impressions, Simon, there. They look a bit physical for us. We're going to have to really match them head to head in the forwards.
Yeah, look to have some real danger men for Rovers there. Ryan's looking dangerous, looking to slip the ball up. Backed up by Tony Smith all the time. And Coelho nearly got through early despite a 3-man tackle. But on the plus side for Rovers, they are tackling, they're taking the ball up, and all that making a great deal of yards.
First touch of the ball for Richard Owen. Here's this man Ryan again. He's seen a lot of the ball in the early stages. I think it's unlimited substitutes today, so we could see a lot of interchanges, and could be Ryan's been told to go out and give it a big go for 15 minutes. That should be play on. Should be play on, referee. I think he's going to give a Rovers knock on. Yeah, it's judged that the Rovers player knocked the ball forward, and it's unfortunate because the hack on there, it looks as though the Rovers player would have won the chase, Jimmy Walker, I think. But as it is, it's they're on the halfway line, the scrum goes down. We've played 4.5 minutes here at Craven Park. That was forward. Oh, yes. Forward pass and well seen by Mr. Silverwood.
I tell you what, you're starting to wonder what the Super League side is here, aren't you, really? I mean, they're making some elementary mistakes. They just don't look anything like a contender this year, do they? And I'd say they've almost got a full side out.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they go on at the new ground. And that's a penalty to the Robins. Hull FC are judged to be offside. I think Paul Fletcher's captaining the side today, Simon, and so all the decisions should come through Fletch. Murdoch's gone for touch. We're going to try and put some pressure on this Hull line. It's Rovers now, about 15 yards out. Murdoch, he passes the ball on to Rich Wilson. First tackle, Pickering, he moves the ball, where he dummies, he jinks, takes the two-man tackle. First bit of pressure from the Robins on the Hull line. Murdoch inside ball to Adam Sullivan. Adam Sullivan is about 5 yards from the Hull line. It's with Murdoch once again. Spins the ball out to Jamie Boville. Jamie Boville's going for the line. Oh, he's held back. Three-man tackle from Hull. Pickering's at the Acton half again. Spins the ball out to Murdoch. The kick comes in. It's rebound, and that's a penalty, referee. Murdoch was pulled back. Penalty to the Robins. Good refereeing. He's seen the forward pass. He's seen the professional foul. So hopefully we're going to be getting a good even playing field. No bias towards the Super League side, hopefully. And Rovers with chance to put more pressure on the line. Here's Psycho. Takes the ball in. He's still going. He's Psycho. 3 metres from the Hull line. We need to ship this ball out left. The ball's inside to Boville once again. Play on. There's chances now. Murdoch is jinking. I think he needed to ship the ball left, but Rovers still putting pressure on. Pickering again. That's Andy Smith. He jinks. He sells the dummy. He has to take the tackle. The ball's gone loose. It's play on. There's a decision to be made here by Mr. Silverwood. I think it could be a Rovers knock-on. Indeed it is. Knock-on by the Rovers, but that's good pressure. We need to play this game in their half of the field. The pitch is going to get slightly heavier as the game goes on, so territory is going to be all important. Here come Hull FC again. And that was Paul Cook. He plays the ball. Oh, that's good tackling by Rovers. They're up for this, Simon. They're up for it.
Yeah, fantastic stuff on it by Rovers. They're really getting stuck in. The only worry is if the fitness will keep up, but I know Hull FC haven't been for the warm weather training they usually go for yet, and this is, the second training run out, so yeah, it's all on for Rovers.
It was a quick play of the ball from the break by Logan. There's Cowie Love. Good scrambling defence by the Robins. It's the fifth and last. Paul Cook puts the ball up. And the referee, Mr. Silverwood's give the forward pass, and that's another good spot from Mr. Silverwood. Made a good start to this game as the referee from Leeds. And Rovers get the chance to take the pressure off once again. Pickering, he plays the ball to Richard Wilson. Pickering's there again. Ships the ball right to Andy Smith. Andy Smith sizes up the whole defence, has to take the tackle from Tony Smith and Chris Chester. Here's Paul Fletcher, still going forward. Paul Fletcher, hard man to break down. Pickering, he moves the ball right to Murdoch. Murdoch is kicked for the line. And there's Matt Crowther for Hull FC, and he's been nailed. He has been well and truly nailed by that Robins defence. 9 metres out from his own line. Here's Richard Owen. Get down, boy. Where you going? Ball's played out there by Andy Last, given a chance in the Hull side. Now Lee Jackson's gone to ex-Rovers down at York. Oh, there's a chance now. Cowie Love's made the break. He's got men outside, men inside, but he's brought down by that Robins defence. But that's twice that Cowie Love's looked dangerous. Smith puts the ball high. Mark Blanchard's underneath, and that's a tremendous take by Mark Blanchard. Absolutely fantastic take. Diving for the ball. Poucher now. Big point to prove today, Craig Poucher. Murdoch once again. He brings in Richard Wilson. Richard Wilson takes a two-man tackle. We're about 34 metres out from the Rovers line. Rovers in possession. Here's Fletcher. Andy Smith again out wide. Seems strange to see Chris Charles not running that position now, Simon, but there you go. It's a good kick by Murdoch. The pitch has killed the bounce slightly. Ian Bell's gathered, and Ian Bell's been there, ploughed into the mud. Struggled a bit, but he got there eventually. Great tackling once again. Every time these white shirts are getting the ball, we're in there, we're hitting them hard. That's the way. One up top, one below.
Tell you what. Oh yes, some good running. Oh, and it's a missed ball. Poor ball out by, I think it was Tony Swift.
Yeah, Tony Smith was looking for Cowie Love again, and in these early stages, he's the danger man for Hull Sharks, or whatever the name is now. He's the one who looks to be on his toes early in the game, and we're going to have to watch him. But so far, so good for the Robins. We've played 11 minutes, and so far we've not been in any real trouble. Defence is on top both sides. Just inside the Rovers half, Richard Wilson looks to make ground. He's brought down by the tackle by Andy last. Here's Pickering, jinking, still going. That's good running there by Pickering, made about 3 or 4 metres. Fifth and last, signals the referee, comes to Murdoch. Murdoch ships the ball to Poucher, tries to find Blanchard, the ball's gone loose, and it's a knock-on, signals Mr Silverwood. But good to see a bit of variation in the play. Just got to make sure that this next set of 6, we knock them down, keep them out the danger zone. That's Scott Logan. Richard Orney throws the ball out to Greenhill. Ball's played, here comes Tony Smith off his knees. Chris Chester tries to regain his feet, but he's nailed by the Robins. Pickering was in there. Here's Cook. Well, it was a bit of an hospital pass. Oh, he's been given a penalty for offside. Would you believe it? I think there's a good chance they're going to kick for goal here, because they're not having no try scoring tries against us.
Well, I don't know what they've been trying in off-season, but there's certainly a great deal of moves going on out there, is there?
That was a great hit there by Paul Fletcher on Greenhill. Andy Smith backing up. Big set of 6 here, Rovers. Great tackling. Come on, Rovers. Let's keep them out. Last on to Smith. Smith inside ball, and it's gone to ground. And they're all offside there, Mr Silverwood. Come on, get your whistle in your mouth. Rovers trying to bring the ball out from the danger zone. Murdoch, inside ball there. I think that was Big Adam Sullivan. Some good tackling from both sides. Credit where it's due. Ryan bringing the Rovers player down. About 12 metres inside their own half. Big Paul Fletcher's there, taking a breather, and it's Big Johnny Aston replacing him, Simon.
Oh, it's great to see him back on the pitch, isn't it? Fantastic. I mean, let's just hope he can find that form that he had just before he went off. I mean, he was playing some fantastic rugby. I was unlucky there, Rovers, a good kick through.
Yeah, Murdoch's found touch. I think Big John needs to just get the ball, take in a couple of drives, make a couple of big hits, and the old confidence will come flooding back, and it's great to see him back in the colours of Hull Kingston Rovers. Nice applause from the Hull FC fans there, Simon. Credit to them for that. Introduced in Johnny Aston.
Yeah, credit to the Hull FC fans, yeah. It's a good break from, I think it's Matt Crover. Is it Matt Crover, the fans' favourite?
Yeah, they all love him, don't they? I think it was actually Colin Best, and he's knocked on, and that's 2 mistakes he's made with his 2 touches of the ball. Is that the best you can do, Colin? Rovers are about 20 metres out. That's great play. Oh, referee! Oh, he's penalised Andy Smith. Well, it looked as though there was a player hanging onto his shirt tail, but the decision's gone against him, and that's not going to fan touch, that is it? Well, that could have gone anywhere, and it bounced into touch, and it set up a great position for Hull FC.
That was quick play of the ball now, and here comes King. New onto the pitch, straight on the best, but he's got about as far as he did against the New Zealanders.
Yeah, this looks like a test for the Rovers' defence now. King's on. The ball's with Smith. He passes to Chester. There's a gap there. There's a chance now for Best. Best flings the ball out to Chester. Still going. There's King again. The ball's still in play, and the ball's gone loose from Tony Smith. Great defence from Rovers.
That was outstanding defence. One of the saw King coming from a mile off, and a fantastic low tackle. Really stopped him in his tracks.
Rovers chance to bring the ball out again. Pickering. Here's big Johnny Aston. He'll relish these physical challenges after so long out, will Johnny Aston. He'll just be glad to be back again. Anything's a bonus now. That's a good drive there. I think it was Adam Sullivan. The kick's come in again. Here's Richard Owen. He doesn't fancy it, so he passes the ball on to number 23, Ian Bell. Don't know much about this Ian Bell. Is he an Aussie?
I think he is, yeah. He's certainly making some yards once he's got the ball as well. Yeah, he's playing some good yards.
He looks a bit of a funny shape for a winger, doesn't he? They're usually lean and speedy. He looks like a prop. Well, there's a chance now. The ball's gone loose. That's a knock on again. Well, Hull are trying to force the pass. Rovers' defence is standing firm so far. Territorially, I think Hull FC have had the slight advantage, but Rovers, the defence has been absolutely fantastic so far.
It's amazing. It must be the influence of Steve Linnane, because we've got some players out there who weren't always first team last year, and some who are just coming back, and they really are sticking. There's some great low tackles going on, some good double tackles. We're seeing all the moves as they're coming up. It's fantastic stuff.
Yeah, we've played 18 minutes here at Craven Park. Still 0-0. Defence is very keen. Referee's having a good game. Pickering. Onto Andy Smith. Andy Smith's seen a lot of the ball for Rovers. Obviously one of the most senior players now, so like wanted to take the responsibility. Richard Wilson drives the ball about 10 metres inside the Rovers half now. Big Jamie Boville, I think that is. Oh, and it's a great release. Andy Smith. Good ball to Pickering. The ball's gone out again. There's chances now. King manages to grab a collar on the halfway line. It's the fifth and last for Rovers. Hull are all over him at the play of the ball, messing about. The ball's with Murdoch. He's kicked it deep. And it's a good kick. There's going to be a scrum down about 14 metres out from the Hull FC line.
Tell you what, Rob, I think this is where they play this all sad. Keep them deep in their own half. They seem to be having trouble getting them out their own half. They don't seem to have a lot of speed on the outside. Whenever they made a break, Rovers have caught them. If we keep this up, the pitch is going to worsen, and we'll have a chance of keeping it close.
Ball's out from the scrum. Good defence again from Rovers. Defensive patterns look to be spot on so far.
Substitution for let's see Liam Higgins replacing number 8, Craig Greenhill.
Greenhill's gone off for Hull FC, and there's a lad called Liam Higgins come on. Obviously one of the young players. Here's Horn, he's jinking. Well, he was jinking, he was selling dummies, but he wasn't going anywhere. But Murdoch stupidly gave a penalty away. And this is what Rovers can't afford to do. We can't invite the pressure. If they're going to get into our danger zone, they've got to do it on merit. As it is, we're about 30 metres out now, and we've got to take a bit more pressure. The ball's gone wide. Good tackle. Blanchard and Pouch are involved for the Robins. Played the ball. Ryan onto King. King's brought down by a shuddering Rovers tackle. I think it was Andy Smith. In fact, it was Jamie Boville. Hull now 10 metres out from this Rovers line. Rovers need to withstand this. Ball's with Ryan, he sells the dummy. Good tackle from Adam Sullivan. And that's going to be a penalty. Silly play there by Johnny Aston. And they need to be alert because they've played the ball quick. They're about a metre or so out from the ball's with, he sold the dummy. But Rovers defence went by him. He's still hanging on here, Rovers. Comes out to Smith. Smith's got men outside him. That looks like Cook. Horns knocked it on, and it was gathered by the Hull player, but it's gone forward. And once again, mistakes by Hull FC, and Rovers are just facing up to them.
They're not quite sure what to do, are they? I don't know if it's the narrower pitch or what, but Rovers are filling all the gaps. Every sort of drive they make, there's a couple of Rovers players there, going in low, one going up high. They haven't got many ideas really, have they? I think they're certainly missing the Jason Smith, and that's a good run in there.
Yeah, good break by Blanchard. Dean Andrews has come on for Jamie Boville. I think Dean will probably go in the pack. Ball's out from Pickering to John Aston. John Aston shrugging off black and white shirts, but they've managed to force him back to the 3 yards. But he's up for it, is John. Pickering onto Adam Sullivan. Jinks inside, step the face, man. That was Scott Logan, left him for dead. Pickering now. Good ball to Murdoch. Murdoch seen the gap, beat the first man. Second man wrapped him up. It's a fifth and last. The kick's going to have to come in. That's Jimmy Walker. It's gone straight down the throat of Matt Crowther. He nearly dropped it, of course. 10 metres inside the Hull half. Rovers' defensive line's there. It's waiting for him. Here's Colin Best, and he's going nowhere. Oh, and he nearly lost it. And now he has lost it. And the ball's with the Rovers. And they keep forcing these errors. It's great defence from Rovers. Say if we can get off it for the first try, the crowd's going to get behind us and we're really going to be fired up. Here's Big Dean Andrews, 3 men in on the tackle. Tony Smith give him a bit of a slap, so Dean give him one back. Pickering. That's Rich Wilson. About 22 metres out, middle of the field. Murdoch to Andy Smith. Sorry, it's Jimmy Walker. Now there's Johnny Aston. He was looking to offload. He did offload, but unfortunately, Jimmy was not expecting that ball and it went to ground. And it's going to be a scrum down, head and feed to Hull FC. And it looks like they're going to make a double substitution. Richard Fletcher is coming on. And also Warren Jowett, the new signing. Ryan and Chester look to be the 2 players making way. To be expected in the early season. Players, you can't expect them to play a full 80. Richard Owen come up from full back to stand off there. 3-man tackle from Rovers again. There's no let up from this Rovers defence. Warren Jowett, he knows he's in the game now after 1 tackle. Andy Last moves the ball out right to Tony Smith. Here comes King. Where you going, King? Nowhere, boy. That's where you're going. Nowhere. Ball's moved out to Scott Logan, to Paul Cook. Oh, there's a chance now. Well, there was a chance, but Blanchard made the tackle anyhow, regardless of it being a forward pass. And that's this defence, Sam. I mean, we keep banging on about it, but yeah.
Absolutely fantastic, isn't it? They've got width, they've got a lot of things they didn't have last year, haven't they? You've got to say it, Rob. Are really struggling. I mean, we've seen better NFP sides last year, I would have said. Certainly for ideas and putting some people through the gaps, but they have got a good defence, and this is what Rovers are finding hard. And I think what Rovers are really finding hard is they ain't got a lot of size up front, have they?
Yeah, well, that's a bad play by Rovers. They've lost the ball, second tackle, and there's a chance now. Full player there, Richard Fletcher made about 20 yards. Kings drove the ball in, but the Rovers, they've moved him back 2 or 3 yards. Good defence from the Robins. Johnny Aston was in there. Richard Fletcher. Paul Cook now. Oh, he's found the gap. There's a chance now. Colin Love. But Rovers are swarming. Oh, they've dragged him down. Great defence. There's a man injured for Rovers in back play. The ball moves on to Tony Smith. Richard Orme to Paul Cook. Sells the dummy. There's a chance. But last gasp defence again from the Rovers. They're on their own land now, Rovers. The kick comes in. It's rebounded. It come back off it. Oh, referee. It's his leg. It's not a knock-on.
Well, I've got to dispute that, Rob. I thought he did go for it, play for it, touch his fingers, and I'm very unlucky, really. But again, good pressure, great pressure on the kicker. Just putting the kick through, and it just disrupted him, and very unlucky to rebound.
Yeah, we lost the ball on the second tackle, and now we're having to defend our own line. And Tony Swift's gone straight from the scrum, and he's about 3 metres out. Andy Last sat the act in half. He's got runners both sides. It comes out to... not quite sure who that is, but the Rovers defence has met him again. Well, it's a sloppy play, the ball, but there's a chance now. Oh, and there's the first try of the game, unfortunately. They've managed to break us down. It's took them 27 minutes to score a try against an NFP side, but they've got one.
Yeah, I think it had to come. We've made a few mistakes in our own half. We put pressure on ourselves, haven't we? There's a wet pitch, it's cold out there, we're not used to playing, and they just used the width, got a quick ball out, and there he was over in the corner.
Yeah, it was Matt Crowther with a touchdown. The opening try of the game, 27 minutes on the clock, and Crowther's going to attempt to convert his own try here. Well, Crowther's pushed that one well wide. It's just a 4 points difference.
I'll tell you what, Rob, it's all to play for here. I mean, we saw us against Lee last year. We kept saying, oh, macho, we can't hold out, we can't hold out. We held out, didn't we? And to me, this sounded a bit better.
Yeah, it looks as though Jimmy Walker's taken a breather, and I do believe that this could be Chris Stevenson coming onto the field. I've heard a lot of good things about this lad as well. He's meant to have a demon boot on him. He can kick goals from anywhere, and deserves a chance.
I think Paul Fletcher is just about ready to come back on now. He's been persuaded to sit back on the bench again for another 5 minutes. I know he's certainly eager to be up there and at him. He loves LFC just about as much as every Rovers fan.
Paul King takes one round the chest from Dean Andrews there. And there, Rovers, they've conceded a try, but they're still in amongst them. noticeable that they play the ball quicker than us, but you know, that's to be expected. Full-time professionals. Kick comes in. The Rovers cover's good there. The chase is good from Hull FC also. It's getting a bit difficult to pick the numbers out now, Si, with them there, the mud on the shirts and what have you.
It is very difficult to pick the numbers out. I think it's a simple tactic by Hull. Kick deep, let Rovers start from their own half. Rovers have found it very hard to get out of to make yards against this Hull FC defence. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, Mark Blanchard drove the ball in. It was played by Pickering. We're centre field now. It's about 28 metres out from the Rovers line. It's with Andy Smith. Takes the ball in. Murdoch wanted the ball slipped. It's the fifth and last. There's this lad Stevenson. Well, he's gone high. And unfortunately, it's gone high and wide because he's kicked it straight out.
Is that known as a paintball kiss of death then, I think? Certainly got a good bolt on him, but not so accurate there. I think the old nerves getting to it.
Yeah, local lad, bound to be nervous. That looks slightly forward. Anyhow, play goes on. They're in possession. And that's Warren Jowett. 20 metres out now. I think we can't afford to concede another try here, Simon, because maybe heads would start to drop slightly. It's with King. All he does is just trundle the ball up King, doesn't he? There's no to him. Smith, they've got men out wide here. Here's Cowie Love. Oh, and that's the great tackle. Great tackle. I think it was Craig Farrell. The selling dummies, Rovers, you can't just up by him. Well, he's held up, he's right on the line, it's the fifth and last. Whole crowd thought he'd gone over. What they're going to do here? Oh, there's a try here. Yeah, the Rovers player come out the line too quick then. He came out the line too quick. See which one it was, sir.
Yeah, it looks with a scrum half. He's just come running up, he's trying to go for an interception. But when you play with the Super League side, they've got a bit more experience, they're used to these gaps. As soon as you see a gap, somebody like Tony Smith, international, is going to be through there. Joe Through took the Rovers player, and scored very close to the post. I think the Rovers are putting a bit of pressure on themselves at the moment, dropping the ball in the wrong area, giving penalties away. I think a bit of luck going Rovers' way, and hopefully we can pull ourselves back into this game.
Yeah, we've just had a sloppy 5 minutes there. I think it was Murdoch shot out the line. Unless the pass came, it was going to be a try. So you know, once Smith decided that he was going to go himself, that opened the gap up, and Crowther should kick this one. Yeah, he's put it through. It's 10-0. Paul Fletcher's returning to the field. Upfield, stiffened the defence up a bit.
How can Fletcher play for now, don't you? I think he just loves play. He just absolutely loves Rovers. You see him on the message board all the time. He just loves it, and he's always gagging to be out there, and he loves taking on these Super League players, because we all know he's as good. He's a bit too old to act in the Super League, but he's still got that talent, hasn't he?
A couple of substitutions just taken place. Graham Orns come on for Hull, and Tony Smith's gone off. And Big Paul Fletcher's back on for the Robins, and Adam Sullivan's gone off. Game's underway again. Here comes King. Once again, he gets nowhere. Andy Smith brought him down. Just need to get in the faces again for the next 5 minutes. You know, if they get the tails up, you know, they could run a couple more in, and hopefully that's not going to happen. Looks like it's a new player, Graham Orn. Quick play the ball. Referee's happy for play to go on. Blanchard's going back. He's got Matt Crowther and Graham Orn in pursuit. He's managed to gather the ball, and Rovers are deep inside their own half again. Alistair McLaren, not had many running chances so far. Alistair is coming off his wing. Craig Farrell, good to see Craig Farrell back after his broken leg last season. Missed a big part of the season. Dean Andrews running straight, that's great. Well done, Dean Andrews, he made the half break, and it's a penalty to Rovers.
That's what we need now. We need a good kick, a good set of 6, and hopefully a try just before coming up to half time. Well, I've got a couple of quick tries, but the game ain't over yet.
Yeah, with 6 minutes to half time, and if Rovers can manage to sneak a try and keep them out, 10-6 or 10-4 at half time, wouldn't be bad at all, would still be in this game. Stevenson onto Fletcher. Fletcher is looking to offload, he does so. Andy Smith gathers the ball, but unfortunately it was read by 3 Dull FC players. Get off him. Johnny Aston runs straight. Oh, the ball's gone loose. Oh, and it's gathered by them, and play on, says the referee. It's with Toa Koilov. He's going nowhere this time though. The pace of the game's dropped dramatically, Simon, hasn't it, in the last 10 minutes? Players starting to huff and puff a bit. You can see a lot of substitutions happening. We need to make the tackle here. That's good defence by Blanchard and Poucher. Ball's with number 19 there, Richard Fletcher. And the ball's gone loose from Fletcher. Rovers bringing the ball away again. And that's what we need to do. If they once they get an hour half, just put the big hits in, force the error. At the end of the day, the Super League players and the full time, but they're not Supermen, are they? And half of their players won't get in that Wigan or Saints, let's face it.
No, you got a point there. I mean, quite a few of their players are from Wigan, so, but yeah, it's good to see Rovers putting some good defence in here. It will certainly stand us in good stead for the season if we can keep this sort of defence up. 1 or 2 new players hopefully come into the side, and we could see just to set things up a bit, and hopefully we can see something happening.
Yeah, the ball went loose there from Linton's stop. Luckily, it was gathered by a Rovers player. I think it's Andy Smith. A lot of the shirt numbers are covered now, so we're going from memory. Little dink over, and there's a chance here for Rovers. Big Paul Fletcher is looking to offload. Still going is Fletcher. He's brought down. It's the 5th and last. It's for Murdoch. Murdoch kicks it over. There's plenty of cover from all. It bounced and Paul Cook took it, and he got absolutely mullered. By Craig Poucher. Big hit from Poucher. Let's put some big hits in on Rovers. Come on. 2.5 minutes to half time. It would be a bit of a disaster if they did manage to sneak one now, Simon. So hopefully we'll see them play out this set of 6 and we'll get the ball. But there's danger here. Koilov, it looked as though there was a gap opening up. It's the 5th and last to all. They've not managed to get out their own half. It's gone to Cook. Cook's put it deep. Blanchard's trundling back. It's going to bounce kindly for him. It does so. Mark Blanchard takes the 2-man tackle from Hull FC. Glenn Donkin was one of the players there, I think, for Hull FC. Could have been, sorry, actually it was Graham Horn. Bit of lying on there from Hull FC, and the referees penalised them. Murdoch took the quick tap. I think he would have been better advised just to a kick for touch there, but worth a try. There's Stevenson, good ball out. Craig Farrell. Oh, sorry, Dean Andrews, sorry. Stevenson again. Johnny Aston delayed the pass. And Rovers have picked up again since that second try, Sam. I was a bit worried, 2 quick tries, but we're asking them 1 or 2 questions again.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a bit of a flat defence, haven't they? There's a few gaps just behind for the chip, and 1 or 2 of the Rovers players are starting to make a couple of yards now. Yeah, if we could just start to slip the ball out a bit.
5th and last, it's with Stevenson. That's a good That's a good bomb. Probably needed a bit more depth. It's gone to Koilov, but it's been nailed. We're in the last minute of this first half here at the Craven Park. Jamie Boville's replacing Richard Wilson for the dying seconds of this half. Ian Bell's gone nowhere. There come Hull again. I think that's Jowett, this new signing. just inside the Hull FC half. Inside ball, Graham Owen, he's brought down by a two-man Rovers tackle. Fifth and last signals there, Mr. Silverwood. It's with Cook again, he's measured one. Not going to be too, it's in between the two Rovers defenders, but no problems there. Blanchard gathers, runs the ball out. Reception committee waiting for him, but he's kept the ball nice and safe. And all Rovers need to do is just play out this set. Get Coach Steve Linnane to have a few words. And there goes the half-time hooter. It's been a big, well, what you expect from a derby match. Big bruising battle in the forwards. Rovers got a bit sloppy with a 5-minute spell. Hull managed to get a couple of tries. But here at half-time, it's Hull Kingston Rovers 0, Gateshead 10, all to play for in the second half.
Today the Hull Daily Mail have sponsored the game and I'd like to ask Mike Craven to receive a signed shirt. So Mike Flanagan to receive a signed shirt on behalf of Hull Kingston Rovers. So thank you very much to the Hull Daily Mail for sponsoring today's game. So thank you to Mark Flanagan on behalf of Hull Daily Mail, receiving a signed shirt from Colin McNichol, Chairman of Hull KR.
Out come the Robins for the start of this second half of the Clark Sullivan Memorial Trophy 2003. Quite happy with the way Rovers have defended as a team. Tackling's been good. We just need a bit more variation on attack, I feel. Need to open up a couple of gaps. But so far so good.
I'm really pleased and surprised with the way we're playing, Rob. I tell you, I was a bit worried at the start of the match. I thought we'll maybe have a load of youth in, but looking at our team, we've got a bit of strength in there, really. I just think we're maybe a bit lacking if we get anybody injured.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that, Sam. And I think we need about 4 new players before the season starts properly. And now we're underway. It's going to be Rovers in possession. There's Jamie Boville. There's Dean Andrews now with a good strong run. Runs to centre field where Paul Pickering is at the Hackton half on. That's a bad mistake. In the first set of 6. Play the ball by Hull. Graham on there, but he's been driven back by this Robins defence. He's looking to offload, but they managed to pin him back. Linton Stott's gone off. Mike Hall's on for the Robins. Significant that. Oh, there's a chance now. There's a chance if they get it out. Oh, there's an interception. Well read there. It must have been Matt Blanchard over on the far side. And it's taken a knock, unfortunately. He's just trying to run it off at the moment. Pickering onto Richard Wilson. And Rovers surviving that early scare. But once again, it came from one of their own mistakes. It was only the Fed tackle. There was no real pressure on, and they spilt the ball. Here's Stevenson. He's kicked it deep. It looks as though, oh well, yeah, it was going over the head of the Hull player. Ian Bell, and he spilt it, but the ball went backwards. And Rovers now, chance to put a bit of pressure on Hull FC, and they've done so. The ball's being gathered in by Rovers. We need a quick play the ball. It's with Pickering. Pickering onto Richard Wilson. Richard Wilson drives the ball about 12 metres from the Hull line. Pickering once again. Jamie Boville steps inside. Has to take the two-man tackle from Hull. 8 metres out now. It's gone the right way this time, but it's a poor ball. And it's still going to ground. I'm not quite sure who's got that. Rovers have got it. And it's all on. Well, Paul Fletcher's released it. It's all on. That's only the first tackle. Pickering. I think that's Richard Wilson. Oh, he could have slipped it out to Murdoch. Murdoch was lurking on his left-hand side. Pickering, he looks across. He starts to go himself. There's a young lad. Well, he's worth a chance. It was worth a chance. Rovers now. We need to really score from this. Oh, that's a poor ball. It was down at his ankles, and unfortunately Stevenson's knocked the ball on. And sloppy play that side.
Well, to be honest, it was just bloody ridiculous, wasn't it? I mean, all he had to do was pass it to him and managed to get it right at his feet. He just put us back 2 steps. Anyhow, got to pick ourselves up from there, but that was a really good chance for Rovers to get some points on the board, which we desperately need.
Yeah. The ball's been spilt on. The referee's penalised the Robins. Said stealing in the tackle. I'm not so sure about that one, but the penalty's been given anyhow.
Well, I don't think so. I mean, all have been looking to get the ball out, slip the ball out on the tackle all the time, and I think he just lost control of it.
Come down the blind side. That was Andy Last. He flung the ball inside, and the players moved up to the halfway line. Richard Horn has a chance now. Richard Horn looks to be getting a lot more involved for Hull FC. Ball's gone loose, and Mike Hall's gathered it for Rovers. There's a Hull player down in backfield. That one's pleased the East Stand over there. The Rovers fans are happy about that. I think the referee's just going to play no advantage, and it'll be Rovers head and Rovers ball. Well, the injured player's going off. Not entirely sure. Is it Paul Cook?
Substitution for Hull FC, number 14, Sean Ryland, replaces number 17, Chris Chester.
Well, it was actually Chris Chester who's gone off injured. Ryan's come back on, and that's a penalty to Rovers. He's got a history of injuries as that Chris Chester, hasn't he, sir? He seems to be injured a lot.
I think he was injured for a long time last year, but I don't think he's a great player anyway, really. He's very much second rate to this Jason Smith.
And Hull are starting to get a bit of fire in the bellies now, are they? Let's see him try it out on Paul Fletcher then. Rovers now inside the Hull half. It's for Murdoch, inside ball to Dean Andrews. Dean Andrews, there was a half gap, he slipped the ball out. Pickering's going forward. That's a great run. 10 metres gained by Paul Pickering. And there's interference there, referee, come on. It's Andy Smith. Andy Smith were about 16 metres out from the Hull line. Richard Wilson offloads to Murdoch. Great ball from Wilson to Murdoch. About 5 metres out, it's the fifth and last. Inside ball, there's a chance now. We need to release it. It's gone to Murdoch. Murdoch, oh, you need to kick the ball. The ball needed just a little ding, but chance now for Rovers to keep Hull in their own half of the field. Hopefully they'll spill the ball. Let's get some big hits in on these guys. And there's the first one. It's gone backwards, says the referee. Fortunate for Hull there. That's Kowilov with a break. Managed to nail him in the end, did Rovers. Paul King, just they should call Paul King Forrest Gump, because he just runs with his head down, doesn't he? He doesn't even look.
There's a bit of trouble here. They're all trying to use the ball wide now, but the Rovers have got some good defence out wide. They're trying to slip it around the outside of the wingers.
Yeah, still 10 points of difference, but in general terms, it's been a very even match. Rovers perhaps finding it hard in the last third of the field. Extra size and extra speed, making it difficult for Rovers to get over the try line, but everywhere else we've matched them. There's Michael now. Michael takes a tackle. Alistair McLaren's there to play the ball. Run at him, Alistair. That's the way, son. Go on. Alistair takes the ball forward about 4 or 5 yards. There's Craig Farrell. Beat the first man. That was Paul King, but that's easy to do. And referee, come on. Yes. They wouldn't get off him, would they? So there's the penalty.
They've been doing it all second half. It's obviously a cheating tactic employed by McRae. Obviously Rovers are worrying LFC, so it's on to try to slow them down as much as possible.
Yeah, Pickering's gone for a breather and there. Steve Cochrane's on. He's got a bit of first team experience under his belt as Steve Cochrane, so that could be a good substitution, that. And Rovers now driving this ball forward with a lot of purpose. We just need a try. Get back in this game. Here's Murdoch to Stevenson. Stevenson delayed it. There's a chance now. On the that was a great ball, but unfortunately Craig Farrell was unable to take the ball. Otherwise there was certainly a gap there, Sam, if the ball had gone to hand.
Yeah, ball to hand, 2-on-1. It would have been McLaren with a chance of using his speed, but unfortunately not to be. We just haven't seen enough of this McLaren today, have we? They've not created any gaps for him or anything.
Scrum goes down midway in the Hull half. Adam Sullivan's back on for Dean Andrews. One thing that is significant, that's great defence. Look at that tackling. Andy Smith. Cochrane's in there as well. Brilliant stuff. Richard Owen, not seen a lot of him, have we?
Well, no, we haven't. I mean, he's a one-hit wonder sort of thing, isn't he? Now and again in a match, he can make a break that can sort of win a match, but a lot of the time he's very quiet, but he does put in a lot of tackling.
Supported Rovers as a young lad, actually. His hero was Mike Fletcher, so he must have 1 or 2 brain cells.
Really? Supported Rovers and played for all, bloody.
There you go. So knock on by Hull. He tried to kick the ball through and totally missed it. So it's going to be Rovers play the ball. And that's Craig Poucher. Still going is Poucher. Great break made about 12 metres. Quick play of the ball. Here's Cochrane. Cochrane to Andy Smith out wide. Andy Smith, 3 men tackle. They're trying to drag him towards the touchline. But good body strength by Andy Smith. There's a platform now there to spin the ball out. Well, it should have gone. And Fletcher's managed to get the ball out, but unfortunately it's gone to Hull. It'd have been better advised just hanging on there, Psycho. I think there was a bit of an ego thing there, because there was 2 of them trying to drag him down and he weren't having it. But as it is, they've got the ball again, and we're going to have to get this defence tight again. The crowd's starting to lift a bit. And the Rovers fans are more than matching them black and white idiots across there.
I'll tell you what, Rob, this half, dare I say, we'll look the better side.
Definitely. We've played 10 minutes of this second half, and Rovers have been well on top in this half. Full of just making mistakes. That was a great ball there. And Craig Farrell still going. Oh, he slipped the ball, and there's a chance now for Cochrane. And this Hull side, they look rattled. Stevenson, good dribble. Farrell, here's Alistair McLaren. Oh, he was going for the line. It was last-ditch defence by Hull. Rovers now, we're about 4 metres out. It's with Stevenson. Stevenson sells the dummy, goes inside. Has to take the tackle. Chance now for the Robins. Cochrane to Murdoch. Murdoch delayed the ball. He had taken it. It's with Farrell. Farrell takes the tackle and they've lost ground. It's the fifth and last. We're about 15 metres out from the Hull line. Stevenson, little dink over. There's runners, but it's going to bounce kindly for Richard Owen, it looks like. Richard Owen's brought down by Cochrane, finished off by the second Rovers player. But Alistair McLaren, first rail opening for Rovers, and it was good play.
Oh, it's just lightning, isn't it? I mean, they just need to get somebody who can just give him that bit of yard, and we'll have one of the division's top try scorers.
Can you imagine if Gary Prom was Alistair McLaren's centre? Gary Prom made David Lowe's an international player.
I think he's getting on a bit now, though, mate.
So was Graham Mackay, but it didn't stop Hull from signing him last year.
Oh, Owen Jarrett.
Play goes on now. We're about 5 metres inside the Dull FC line, half of the field. Horn, he slings the ball out to Cowie Love, but that's tremendous tackle by Craig Farrell. He measured him, he stopped him, and he went, get down, boy. And Cowie Love had no answer. Here's Cook, he can't tackle. Rovers defence solid again. It's come down the second way, and there's a chance now. Cook. Is that Richard Owen? Oh, they've hit him and they've hit him hard. There's a player down in backfield for Hull. They've got men stacked up left and he's gone the wrong way. Paul Cook. Just kick it dead. Yeah, he grounded it. There's a Rovers player down. I think it was Craig Farrell who put the ball dead. Got a couple of substitutions coming on for Rovers by looks of it.
Looks to be another serious injury for Hull in the midfield. I don't know, can you see, is it Greenhill? I'm not sure who it is. Look, I'm pleased to say that Poucher's got back up, but he's not looking good at all. It might be Richard Owen, actually.
Yeah, you have to apologise for not picking these players out. But all these old players, they're all as big and ugly as each other, so it's a bit hard to tell who they are.
Yeah, it's not looking good at all, is it, that? Carried off. Very much to what happened to Rovers' team last time there was a derby. We ended up with about 6 injuries.
It's going to be a dropout for the Rovers. And it could be ankle ligaments for Richard Owen, so he's going to be doubtful for the early part of the season, the Challenge Cup, etc. They're bringing Tony Smith back on. Drop out, reach the halfway line. Now big hits Rovers, come on, big hits. Ryan, he takes the first one, 3 men in. I think that Nick Caldwell's come on for Rovers, number 17 there, Simon. He's a big lad, isn't he? I'll bring Simon in a moment because Hull are attacking down the right-hand side. Cowie Love's at the play of the ball. Inside ball there to Jowett, I think it is. A lot of these players haven't even got numbers on the back now, which is great. Thanks a lot, coaches. But here we go. There's men out wide for Hull. The ball's gone over. Oh, and it's been put dead by Rovers. Good defence again. Yes, Simon.
Yeah, it's good defence by Rovers, isn't it? It's desperation stuff a bit by Hull. Can't get through the normal passing, so they're having to put their little rubber kicks through. But Rovers are defending very, very well. Unfortunately, Woking get the ball, and eventually I think they might just get over if they keep pressuring us in their half, in our half.
Yeah, I mean, certainly a lot of these players, you can tell it's the first game. There's a lot of tiredness out there. Here comes Forrest Gump. Oh, get down, Forrest. Ball's played. That was forward. Forward, Amal. Thank you very much, linesman.
Yeah, it's nice to have a good linesman for a change, and it interferes at the right time. Yeah, it's funny about this Paul King, isn't it? I mean, he just isn't firing on all cylinders. He hasn't been all last year. I mean, he was an half-decent player, you know, even for Hull FC. But he just didn't hack it, is he? I mean, Hull FC played the New Zealanders in a friendly, and he just totally went backwards all match.
And the substitution for LFC, number 8, Craig Greenhill, replaces number 10, Paul King.
Now play goes on and Rovers are in the Gateshead half of the field. I think that was Mike Hall. It's the fifth and last. Cochrane. Oh, and I think Jimmy Walker's put that one out on the full. Yeah, that's second time the ball's been sliced straight into touch. To me, even as a kid, I was told to kick deep for the corners. Nowadays, they just tend to go for height.
I think it's desperation by Rovers in a way that they need to try something to try to break this whole defence down. They try an eye up and under into the corner. Hopefully Rovers play, get a rebound or whatever, and get a break from it. But yeah, it just didn't go right, did it?
And there's another knock-on from the Hull Sharks, or whatever they're called. And Rovers, well, 10 out of 10 for commitment today and defence. And once we season gets going and we see these letters in the Sports Mail about how Rovers won't survive and the NFP's a load of crap and all that, let's just remind them about this game. Oh, there's a chance now. Play on, that should be play on. And that should be a scrum to Rovers. Well, scrum's gone to Hull. To be honest, I thought I didn't actually see it go forward. I thought it went backwards. And with him, Simon thinks McLaren got a knock on. But anyhow, I think they say left-hand side, the Hull right could be our opening side, because that's twice we've nearly been in down there.
Yeah, we'll look to have some space there, don't we? We just need that final decent pass and get them a bit worried, and hopefully we can just get McLaren flying and see the Driffield Express going under the post.
We've about 60 minutes played here at Craven Park, and I suppose in terms of fitness, this is the danger area for Rovers now. You would expect Super League players to be fit here. Well, that kick from Tony Smith has gone absolutely nowhere. Here's Knuckles. Poucher went in. He bounced him off, but Poucher was straight back up again, and Knuckles went nowhere. Good tackling again from the Robins. Two men, one up top, one below. It's with Cook again. Cook brings in Richard Owen. Richard Owen makes about 2 yards. He's going to play the ball to Cowie Love. I think that's Scott Logan there receiving the ball. Slightly high there from Johnny Aston. No complaints though, the game goes on. Inside ball, Tony Smith. And Cowie Love's put it to ground. And it's still play on. And Alistair McLaren! Ali McLaren! Oh, referee! You've made a right howler there, mate. How was that not play on? He's just took 6 points off us there. Because Alistair McLaren had gone.
It was play on, wasn't it? There was no knock on by any Rovers player. It was just play on. Ali McLaren had gone, totally gone past the speed there, the despairing old full-back, and he was away.
Yeah, that's his first poor decision of the game there, Mr. Silverwood. And he's just wiped Rovers 6 points off, and that's all there is to it. No advantage played whatsoever. We've got the scrum, but we're still deep inside our own half. Mark Blanchard, he made 2 or 3 yards, but then Hull pushed him back 2 or 3 yards. And there.
Substitution,
Stevenson's gone off and Murdoch's back on for the last 20. And Rovers crowd starting to lift now. Can sense that because a try on the cards. Big Johnny Aston goes piling in. That's Nick Caldwell, and we're in the danger zone. We're about 17 metres out. Here's Murdoch. Jimmy Walker brings in Craig Farrell. Craig Farrell has to take the tackle from Cowie Love and Cook. Good job Cowie Love was there because Cook wouldn't have stopped him. Rovers now running off. We're about 9 metres out where I think he's lost it. There was a bit of a shout from the Hull Sharks fans over on the far side. Yeah, and it's an Hull FC ball. Well, they've not played it. It's got to be a knock-on. It's got to be a knock-on.
This is it. This is what they all talk about. This is the danger zone. We've got less than 20 minutes to go. We've got a chance of getting the try. Dare we say it, Rob? Could we take him? It's unbelievable, isn't it? Let's listen to it.
Yeah, now's the time to score the try. Oh, there's a half break there from Jimmy Walker. Murdoch now goes to the short side. Chances now. It's Craig Poucher. Well, he was about 2 metres out. Poucher, he took a step and left the defender standing. There was very quick up off the line then. The sooner he'd gathered the ball and they'd nailed him. Cochrane sips it out to Murdoch. Murdoch brings in I think it was Dean Andrews. Very hard to pick the players out now. Cochrane's going for the line. He's dragged back, so I think it's the 5th and last. If Rovers can switch the play here, there's a chance now. Oh, it's a poor ball, I'm afraid. Little kicks come over, it's too deep. And that's another chance gone begging for the Robins. And this is certainly where we're missing a Chris Charles or a Martin Wood or a Mark Kane.
I tell you what, I ain't being clever here, but I think if we had Martin Wood, we'd be beating him.
Yeah, I could certainly see Martin Wood had put a few players through gaps. And Knuckles is losing his cool there, is it? And he's done Rovers for offside. And one or two of the Hull players are starting to complain to the ref, Simon.
Well, they won't be Hull fans, would they? Won't be Hull players if they weren't blaming the ref. Hey, I mean, they'd even blame the ref when they're winning now.
At the end of the day, in this second half, they have been second best, without a shadow of a doubt. They're in our half now, though. It's going to take a big stint from Rovers here because we've had all the play for 25 minutes and we just can't afford to concede a sloppy try. Tony Smith brings in Ryan out wide, he throws the ball inside. Yeah, so we're going to have to apologise for... We just can't pick the players out in this light and no numbers. It's the 5th and last, we don't know that much. And that's Cook. And that's gathered by Blanchard. And he's managed to get out of his own line. And that's great play by the Rovers winger there. And that offside shouts the Rovers crowd. But certainly Defence is keen from all. I think that's Craig Farrell charging in. Substitution taking place for Rovers. I'll give you that as soon as I get the information. And that's the fourth tackle, and we're only about 3 metres out. It's going to have to be a kick, I'm afraid. Yeah, 8 metres out. It's going to have to be a kick. Balls with Murdoch. Oh, dearie me, he's hoofed it straight out, and we are in serious trouble now. I can sense a try coming up here, Si.
Well, I could go so far as to say that was criminal, couldn't you? Bloody criminal error. All he's done was boot it straight down the bloody field, and he's got the wind at his back, but never mind, did he?
Play goes on now. Smith, there's a chance now, but great tackling, and it's a forward pass, signals Mr. Silverwood, and Bomber McRae, whatever his nickname is it Bummer or Bomber or something?
I'll tell you what, Rob, do you think we should send a copy of this video to St Helens and send one to London Broncos? It might give him a bit of an help. But I think they'll be quaking in the boots if they see this, don't you? I would.
Penalty to Rovers, it's got to be. Oh, referee, what are you doing? He was trying to play the ball, the whole play was all over him, and he's give a scrum down to them. That was just a joke. You can't see him dropping it first tackle this time. It's going to take some big defence here from Rovers to keep him out. But here we go, that's the first. Well, I think that's Greenhill. Greenhill's got the ball about 4 metres out. Rovers are on their own line again. Smith to Cook. Cook brings in Coylove. He steps inside. He's been nailed by Farrell. He has to go down under the three-man Rovers tackle. So far, so good. Let's force the error again, Rovers. Well, they're kicking early, and that's going to be a Rovers ball, and indeed it is. And it was the wrong option from Hull, but we'll take it because, well, at the end of the day, Simon, they will just think that the Hull players sense that they can't score another try.
I think Hull are worried about Rovers, to be honest. I mean, they've really picked the game up. They started sticking the knuckle in. Hey, go on, Ali! No, it's just asking too much of him, innit? You have to do it when the full-back's back. Open the line.
Well, that's sloppy defence. But it was a good deep kick from Murdoch. Hull inside their own half. Well, they've just managed to breach in. They're inside the Rovers half now. Just got sloppy for a couple of tackles, did Rovers. And it's a knock-on. And I'm going to have a look at the Hull Daily Mail tomorrow for handling errors, and the Hull total will be absolutely massive.
How many points have Hull got this half, Rob? I can't remember now. I've lost count. Is it none? Hey? I think I'll tell you what, if we get a try now, we're with a bloody good shout. We just need a bit of luck, and I think we can do it.
The ball's with Rovers again. About a metre inside the Hull half. Johnny Aston charging in. He had Farrell on his outside. Good 10 metres made by John Aston. Steve Cochran, he collects the ball. And the Hull players are an absolute mile offside, a country mile. They was up before he'd even played the ball. Cocky again. Murdoch brings in Jimmy Walker. Jimmy Walker brings in, I think it was Michael.
Number 19, Richard Fletcher, and number 22, Andy Lass.
Fifth and last for Rovers, it's with Murdoch. Murdoch puts the ball deep. It's going to be a scrum down about 12 metres from the Hull line. Well, Simon, we're about 70 minutes in, and all these 50-point predictions, what the Black and Whites was saying. Where is it?
Well, I must admit, Robert, it was my prediction as well, wasn't it? Beginning of the match, but I'm astounded, I really am. I think we've played absolutely fantastic rugby. We really have took it to the old team, stuck it in, mixed it with them, and they can't handle it, really.
Defensively, we've been more than a match for them, and obviously, as the season went on, and you've got to put performances in like this week in, week out, we're not kidding ourselves. We'd get a few hammerings, but on a one-off basis, you never know. And what about bringing them back here for the Challenge Cup?
Yeah, well, we know that all... hey, here's a chance. No, they just covered. They don't seem to have much speed, do they, out wide?
Yeah, it was a half break there for Hull by Paul Cook, well wrapped up by the Rovers defence, and it's once again it's the fifth and last, and they're nowhere near our line, and they've just had to kick it again. It's gathered in by Ali. So Jinks beats two men. Well, there was a swinging arm there from the Hull player. Ali's felt it, and there's going to be a penalty now. Well, and look at that idiot, Scott Logan. You're a dickhead.
I think Scott Logan should walk there, run over to a man who wasn't even involved in the fight and smacks him straight in the face. I mean, what else do you need to get sent off?
And at the end of the day, all are going to get a penalty here, and Alistair McLaren absolutely clocked one full in the face, swinging arm. Should have had a penalty to Rovers. Then you get that big idiot Logan running in. I mean, he wouldn't have run in and smacked Paul Fletcher like that, would he?
That wouldn't have happened, would it? But he is talking to the old player as well. We'll see what happens. You never know, it might be a scrum, but like he said, I would have thought it'd be the first offence.
Someone like Mark Brodhurst would have chewed Logan out and spat him. And they're singing their song about never winning at Wembley. And they never will. And as we predicted, 10 metres out, penalty to Scum FC. There's a chance now for King. He's been brought down about 2 metres out. A try here and it's game over, but Rovers are desperately clinging on. They've managed to keep them out again. I mean, they don't deserve to have a try scored against them, Rovers, in this half. They've been absolutely brilliant. But there is a chance now, and once again it's great scrambling defence from the Robins. And there's another chance. The gaps are opening up, but then Rovers are closing them as quick as what they can. Oh, there's a chance for an interception there. There's still a chance. It's with I think that's Cowie Love jinking. And they've managed to bring him down. It's the fifth and last. They're about 4 metres out. And they're going to go by themselves again. Knock on, referee! Yeah, and they've bombed it. They've bombed it.
And so there's a couple of words I can say for that. Superb defence, absolutely superb. They chucked everything at Rovers, didn't they? And what a fantastic defence.
And an attendance of 4,700. Good news for the Robins. Craig Farrell from the play of the ball. Referee says play on, and Craig Farrell's still going. And Craig Farrell's just made a tremendous 25-metre break. Adel on the back foot, good refereeing, Mr. Silverwood.
Yeah, fantastic play by Rovers. Miles offside once against the defence, but it's spreading it wide, and they've got a 3-1 overlap, and he's taking it on.
Yeah, it's Poucher. Poucher's gone about another 25 metres, but unfortunately, he's passed the ball inside. It's gone loose, and it's been gathered by Scum FC right on the halfway line. There's a player down in backfield. I think it could be a Rovers player.
I think it's the man who made the break, Craig Poucher. I tell you what, this crowd of 4,700 means a possible revenue, I see, of about £20,000 if they're half in the gate to Rovers. I mean, that is one hell of a fill-up, and fantastic idea from the likes of Colin McNichol and Mark Chesney, who I know has done a lot of work towards organising this match.
Yeah, well done to them guys. Just stop the clock. I make it about 5.5 minutes left to play here at Craven Park. And the only voices you can hear singing in the crowd are all red and white at the moment. We always have been better fans than them, and we always will be.
So there's only one winner from this match in the Rob. That's the NFP side, who have really made a mockery of the two teams, haven't they? I mean, if it hadn't been for a couple of bloody soft tries, well, certainly there was one good try, but one bloody soft try, then who knows what could have happened.
Yeah, let's just keep hitting them for the last 5 minutes. 10-0 is no disgrace, and to be honest, we'd have settled for that at the start of play. If someone had said you're going to lose 10-0, would have said, well, fair enough then.
I would have laughed at them, mate.
Big hits, come on, Rovers. And that's gone loose from all. I think it's going to be a Rovers knock-on, unfortunately. Nice. Yeah, Rovers player intercepted, unfortunately dropped the ball. And we're having to soak up a lot of pressure in this last 5 minutes. We're dominated for the opening 25 minutes of this half. But as we mentioned, maybe the extra fitness is just starting to pay off now. Hull trying to go around the blind side of the scrum, but Rovers went by in that. First tackle's taken about 22 metres out. I think that's Ryan for Hull, driving the ball, going nowhere though. King's at the acting half, brings in Logan. There's chances now for Powilov. Well, he should have brought his winger into play, didn't he? Was greedy. And Rovers pinned back on their own land once again. King sells a dummy. No one was buying it. Steve Cochrane's had a good game since he come on for Pickering, and that's good out the line. Defence there from Rovers, and they've managed to nail the whole team 10 metres out, and they're just devoid of ideas of this Hull side. There's going to be a kick again, and that's all they've been good for in this half, and that's been gathered by Rovers. And our defence has we've just battered their attack into submission, Simon. At the end of the day, they've got no idea how to break us down.
I'll tell you what you've got to say, Rob, it's a Super League class defence. I mean, they've took pressure after pressure, move after move, and everyone they've seen coming up, it's just absolutely telegraphed.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Steve Linnane is coached Halifax in the Super League, so would expect nothing different. He's going to have high standards, and it's up to the players to meet them standards if they want to pull on a red and white shirt. Chance now, Craig Farrell. Oh, unlucky. He slung the ball out. Unfortunately, Alistair McLaren couldn't gather, because that, once again, this whole right-hand side is very weak. On the likes of Leeds and Saints and Wigan, they're going to absolutely murder Hull down this right-hand side.
Yo, it's Hull's fantastic new signing, isn't it, on this side?
Well, it's another sloppy ball. It's trapped on the foot, and with about 37 minutes of the second half played. Kick once again. Gonna have to be put dead. Indeed it is. He's tackled, touch and go. It's going to be a dropout for the Robins. Craig Murdoch just gathering his troops, kicks the ball out. It's going to go about 5 metres from the halfway line. And Hull FC trying to finish this game with a try, but Rovers battling desperately.
You know what, Rob? I thought me and Mule could both stand here and say we're proud of being Rovers fans, aren't we?
I was there in the glory years, Sam, and times acts are good now, but I'll still be here. Tony Smith, inside ball. But once again, this tackling from Rovers, they've stood up to be counted. There could be chances out wide now, though. Oh, and the ball's gone to ground once again. And the reason for that ball going to ground was the Rovers' defence, Simon.
It was up there and it hit him back, didn't it? It didn't just go with it, it hit him. And it goes to the ball. They tackle the ball when they need to. I'll tell you what, the Steve Linnane, I think we've got one hell of a diamond here.
Yeah, if we can back him up and bring in a few players that he wants, then it could be a successful season. It's going to be a lot harder now that there's only 10 teams in the division, because there was all of a similar standard last season. And at the end of the day, the final hooter's gone. And it's finished in a 10-0 win to Gateshead. But at the end of the day, I think the victors morally was Ilkingston Rovers, because none of our players are full-time, none of ours are on this big money, and we more than matched them.
Just look over that crowd, over the crowd. Just look over that crowd, panning on it. Let's see them faces. They're the blokes who turn up every week. They're the blokes who support them through the hard, through the fast, and they're getting the just rewards. They're getting the Rovers who always put it in. So mind you, the Leeds result last year, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the Rovers fans are more than happy with that result. The Hull fans...